على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His forgiveness, and we seek refuge with Him from the evil of ourselves and from the adverse consequences of our own deeds. Whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides, there is no one who can misguide. And whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala misguides, there is no one who can guide. And I testify that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His servant and His messenger. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, what a beautiful sight. These luminous faces, mashallah, coming this morning, leaving sleep and comfort to come to learn about their deen, about how to invite people to this great deen. Jazakumullah khair, brothers and sisters, and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make every step you made in the scale of your good deeds, inshallah, in the day of judgment. Barakallahu feekum. We have to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has made this possible for us. It is a bounty from Allah that we are, that He facilitates, He makes ta'ah, obedience, easy for us. Because there are people who are sleeping, people even who are doing things against the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we are here to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's a great bounty for which we have to really be very, very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this. Jazakumullah khair. I would like to highlight the importance of purifying our niyyah. Brothers and sisters, we are here for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If there's anything in our niyyah which really is the contrary, we have to get rid of it. There is a dua which Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught us, which we will have to read, at the beginning of each action, in the middle of the action, and at the end of it, after the action is completed, so that we, inshallah, ensure the purity of our niyyah. Can you all please say this after me? Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min an ushrika bika shay'an a'lamu wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lamu. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you to make any association with you for matters that I know, and I ask you for your forgiveness for matters which I do not know. So inshallah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu told us that this will purify the niyyah, and you will, because as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, verily all actions are by intention. Sometimes a very small deed with a great niyyah becomes a great deed, and sometimes a very big deed with bad niyyah, it becomes a very small deed, and sometimes against us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from that. Jazakumullah khair. And I'd like to welcome our trainer today, brother Hamza Tzortzis. He is very active in the field of Dawah and training, working with a year now, and he's been delivering training sessions all over the country, in Britain, even in other countries like South Africa. He'll probably tell you more about himself in a minute, inshallah. He will be with us till 6 o'clock, inshallah. We have 5 training sessions with some breaks in between, and lunch at 1 o'clock, inshallah. The sisters, if you want to accede to the toilet, you should go from behind. Sister Sabah will tell you where the toilets for the sisters are. For the brothers, the toilets are in the wudu area, inshallah. You go from this door, inshallah. There are brothers here who will be around to tell you about things in the center. If you need anything, do ask them. Jazakumullah khair. I will start, inshallah, with the Holy Quran and some verses, selected verses, da'wah verses from the Holy Quran with Brother Abdul Basit. فليتفضل مشكور.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون.
And let there be arising from you a nation inviting to all that is good, enjoining what is right, and forbidding what is wrong, and those will be the successful.
كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله ولو آمن أهل الكتاب لكان خيرا لهم منهم المؤمنون وأكثرهم الفاسقون.
You are the best nation produced as an example for mankind. You enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong and believe in Allah. If only the people of the scripture had believed, it would have been better for them. Among them are believers, but most of them are defiantly disobedient.
يا أيها الرسول بلغ ما أنزل إليك من ربك وإن لم تفعل فما بلغت رسالته والله يعصمك من الناس إن الله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين.
O Messenger, announce that which has been revealed to you from your Lord, and if you do not, then you have not conveyed his message, and Allah will protect you from the people. Indeed, Allah does not guide the disbelieving people.
أبلغكم رسالات ربي وأنصح لكم وأعلم من الله ما لا تعلمون.
These are the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the tongue of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, addressing his people. I convey to you the messages of my Lord and advise you, and I know from Allah what you do not know.
أبلغكم رسالات ربي وأنا لكم ناصح أمين.
Almost the same words from Prophet Hud alayhi salam, addressing his people. I convey to you the message of my Lord, and I am to you a trustworthy advisor.
قل هذه سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة أنا ومن اتبعني وسبحان الله وما أنا من المشركين.
In Surah Yusuf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructing his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say, this is my way, I invite to Allah with insight, I and those who follow me, and exalted is Allah, and I am not of those who associate others with Him.
ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن اعبدوا الله ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن اعبدوا الله واجتنبوا الطاغوت فمنهم من هدى الله ومنهم من حقت عليه الضلالة فسيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين.
And verily we have sent from every ummah a messenger proclaiming, worship Allah alone and avoid taghut, that is false deities.
ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين صدق الله العظيم.
And who is better in speech than he who invites to Allah and does righteous deeds and says, I am one of the Muslims. This is in Surah Fussilat. صدق الله العظيم وبلغ رسوله الكريم ونحن على ما قال ربنا من الشاهدين. Inshallah, without further ado, I will leave you with Brother Hamza. فليتفضل مشكورا. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him ajr.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. To proceed, brothers and sisters, ikhwan, akhawat, respected elders, respected ulama, respected everybody else. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Very good to see you all, mashallah tabarakallah. I've seen the schedule and we have a lot to do in the slots that have been given. So we have to be focused, attentive, energetic, dynamic, and have this perpetual intention to stay here and absorb and internalize and understand for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Because we know without ikhlas, al-ikhlas, which linguistically means singling something out, without singling out Allah Azza wa Jal for our intention, then everything you're doing today amounts to nothing. Zero. So take this time to reflect that you're here for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He will give barakah in your time, and He will give barakah in your life, and He will shower you with His mercy and with His divine love, inshaAllah. So, brothers and sisters, today is a very important day. The reason it's a very important day is because after today, After today, you are going to be well equipped and well prepared to start giving dawah on a very serious level. And I want to remind you that one of the kaba'ir, one of the major sins in Islam, is when you gain knowledge, you do not act upon it or teach it or in some form allow it to affect your life. You know, you probably hear all the time, Ya ahi, Ya ukhti, gain knowledge, ilm. But we've created a wrong type of atmosphere because we have people who gain knowledge and they do nothing with it. Nothing. Zero. And this is a major sin according to many of the ulama. What is the point of gaining knowledge if you're not going to use it? This is when brothers say to me, yeah, Hamza, learn this, learn that. I say, fear Allah, I'm not learning nothing. Because once I learn it, I have to do something with it. Wallahi, listen to me. Sisters, stop turning around. Listen. I beg of you, for the sake of Allah, to listen to me. Because you're not going to hear this advice from anyone else. Because no one is crazy in Greek. I'm crazy in Greek, so I say what's on my heart. So listen to me. No diplomacy. We have thousands of graduates from Medina and Mecca and Egypt and God knows where from what Darul Ulum. We have thousands of these graduates. And the majority of these graduates, they end up driving a minicab and teaching tajweed. Now there's nothing wrong with teaching tajweed or driving a minicab. But the point is, what has happened to our institutions, that we have vessels of knowledge and these people don't arise and warn. Me being here is a fraud. I am frauding you. Me being here is a fraud because there are so many far more qualified people that should be standing here, but they don't. And one of the main reasons, when I converted to Islam 10 years ago, one of the main reasons I engaged in the dawah, because people who knew or who had the knowledge never said anything. I know it's changing, I know there's khair in the ummah, but let's be very fair. There are so many students in this country, for example. There are 100,000 Muslim students alone at universities. And many of the students, and I know I travel up and down the country at unis, they have shubahat, doubts, concerns about the basic fundamentals of Islam. No one is addressing them. No one. No writing, no books, nothing. Zero. Hardly anything. And this is why I feel a fraud even being here. So, the reason I'm mentioning this is if you learn anything today, don't fall for the trap of shaitan and think you could go home and tick your box, I've attended this course, and think you're fine. Fear Allah. Today is a launching pad for you to be engaged in the dawah. These brothers have plans for you. They have plans for you. They got plans for Birmingham. You need to get involved. I don't want you thinking, sisters, stop whispering please, I have very good ears. Allah has blessed me with big, gorgeous ears. And I can hear when sisters mumble and whisper. So, and they're still doing it. The point is that Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed you to be here. So take the opportunity. Take the opportunity. So, are you ready? Yeah? MashaAllah, you being here is already a blessing anyway. It's cold, it's Birmingham, and there you go. So Allah has already blessed you. MashaAllah, I even see people I saw yesterday. Some people, I did this course yesterday at Central Mosque, and I see familiar faces. That could mean two things. Either they loved the course so much, or it was so rubbish they had to do it again. I hope it's the first thing. So, my beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Azza wa Jal, He praises the people who engage in da'wah, who command the ma'ruf, command the good, and forbid the munkar. Allah is the only being worthy of praise. He is the only being worthy of thanks and praise, but He praises you when you engage in the da'wah. Think about that. And where is the daleel? Where is the proof? The proof is in the story of the Sabbath in the Quran. Because we know the people of the Sabbath, they were told to stop fishing on the day of the Sabbath. But there were three types of people. The first type of people, they put their nets out just before the Sabbath, and then they collected it just after the Sabbath, claiming they were not fishing, but they still disobeyed Allah in the technicality. The second group of people, they obeyed Allah, but they did nothing else. The third group of people, not only did they obey Allah, but they told the first group, fear Allah, obey Him, giving the da'wah, commanding the good, and forbidding the evil. According to Ibn Kathir, who is a classical commentator on the Quran, he says the strongest view is the following. The first group of people were destroyed, annihilated, destroyed. The second group of people, Allah keeps silent on them. The third group of people, Allah praises them. So I'll ask you all a question. Do you want Allah to keep silent on you, or do you want Allah to praise you? SubhanAllah, but we don't deserve His praise. He is the being worthy of all praise. So yet Allah praises you because you engage in the da'wah. And we know the word da'wah, ikhwan, akhawat, brothers and sisters, linguistically means to invite. But from a Sharia perspective, the da'wah means to call people to the way of Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Hence, Allah in the Quran says, Ud'u ila sabili rabbik. Ud'u, there's an amr, there is a command. Call, invite to the way of your Lord. So, what I want everyone to do is spend the next 5 minutes in your tables, and I want every single one of you to make a top 10 list. A top 10 list of questions that you have had at work, at university, at college, at the bus stop, in the beauty parlor, in the hairdressers, in the cab office. You've heard from the TV, the radio, family, Auntie G, Uncle G, anything. Realistic questions you faced by non-Muslims about the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. I'm going to spend 5 minutes writing this down, and we're going to collect all the questions. Everybody happy to do this? Bismillah, let's go. Wakey, wakey. Good, I thought I'll wake you up. Okay, let me hear some uncomfortable questions. Your conversation could go over there. Let me hear some uncomfortable questions. This table, give me your top 2. Come on, guys. Excuse me. Rule number 1 is when someone talks, no one talks. That's rule number 1. Just like that little weasel in Ice Age when he said rule number 1. Okay? So please, brothers and uncles and aunties and whoever else, no one should talk when I'm talking. If we don't follow this rule now, you won't learn anything. Please. For the sake of Allah, no one talks when someone else talks. It's a simple rule. Simple. Okay? And I'm mentioning it now because you're going to remember. Inshallah, okay? And this goes for the sisters. And the uncles in the back. Excuse Excuse me, please. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. No talk in my course. I don't care. Because we're doing this for the sake of Allah, for people to learn. I don't care if you've got 5 PhDs or you own the masjid. Just listen. Alhamdulillah. Right. Please, you could talk now, brother.
One of the questions that we had is why is polygamy allowed in Islam?
Why is polygamy allowed in Islam? You don't know what that means? That means having more than one wife. Okay? And this reminds me of a famous sheikh. One of his students came up to him and he said, Ya sheikh, I have only one wife. And he said, you are of the khaifeen. If you don't know Arabic, that means you're one of the cowards. It's a joke, guys, yeah? SubhanAllah, all these brothers are, relax. Take a chill pill. Next one, brother, please. Why can't you drink alcohol? I want to ask you a question on point. Yeah? Good. Alcohol. Okay, drinking. Alhamdulillah. Right, this table, top 2. Okay, good. Evil and suffering in the world. Give me another one. Give me another one. Give me another one. You just have 3? Okay. This table. Forget top 2, just give me 2 different ones, yes? Okay, God's existence. Yeah.
While made headlines about Muslims.
Okay, jihad, killing. Good. Sisters at the back. Here, this table. Give me your top 2. 2 different ones.
Why do you allow stoning and cutting people's hands?
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you a really funny story about stoning, yeah? We're an island in the World Atheist Conference. The only Muslims there, the only religious people there giving dawah to Richard Dawkins and all the big guys. World Atheist Conference. And we were in the conference and we're tweeting, you know Twitter? We're just doing tweeting battles, yeah? And they said, look Hamza, yes or no? Do you get stoned in Islam? And then I replied and I said, look, you know very well that drugs is forbidden in Islam, we don't get stoned. That's the only way I could answer it. So I'm going to put it as hudud, yeah? Hudud meaning the capital punishments and stuff, okay? Good. What was the other one?
Predestination, free will.
Qadr. Okay, sisters over there. With the majority of aunties on the table.
Everything is God happening in God's will. I am not disbeliever because of God's will.
Say that again, sister.
If everything is happening in this world is God's will.
We've got that under Qadr. Give me another one.
I just asked, why don't Muslims believe in the Trinity?
Yes, Trinity. That's a good one. Okay, let's have a few more. We'll just put these as examples. Yes, sister. Guys, what happened to rule number 1, man? Come on, it's not necessary. I know you're excited, but come on. Sister's talking. Yes, sister.
Why Muslims worship Kaaba?
Why do Muslims worship Allah? You good?
Kaaba.
Oh, sorry, Kaaba. Okay, now just raise your hands for a few more. Yes, brother.
Why doesn't Islam prohibit slavery?
Slavery. What the right hand possesses, yeah? And that's your iPhone with black mirror. You're supposed to be laughing at my jokes. Yes, bro.
Why does Islam allow beating of wives?
Beating wives, yeah? You go practice your kung fu somewhere. Joke, it's a joke. Do you see how they laughed at that joke, not the other ones? Allahu Akbar. You're sorry for your wives, man. Yeah, if you're Egyptian or Algerian, you know it's the opposite. Go to Cairo. Why you know this? You go to Cairo, the men are beating the carpets. And it's nothing to do because they're nice and following the sunnah, they want to clean the house. They're taking the frustration out. Because mashallah, the Algerian and Egyptian women have a reputation of laying the smack down. Mashallah. Okay, good. The change of rules, the change of the Sharia across time, across Prophet. Does it feel more? Yes, sister.
Why did the Prophet marry Aisha so?
The young age of Aisha. Radiallahu anha. Okay? Yeah, brother.
How is Islam spread by the sword?
Spread by the sword. Islam was spread by the sword. Okay guys, let's leave that for now. Right. What we're going to do now is we're going to answer all these questions. Is that okay? Do you want to hear the answers? Khalid? Yes, please. It's not polite. What's the thing? There's jinns in this thing. Wallahi, we gave a Dawah course in North London in Finsbury Park. A sister had a jinn. And after the course, the jinn was to become Muslim. Wallahi, it happened. So we sent him to the Ruqya Center in East London. Weird, isn't it? You don't believe me? Wallahi, it happened. Ask the brothers. Now, she could have been lying, but we always believe our brothers and sisters, isn't it? So, there you go. Dawah to the jinn. Okay, good. Right, so we're going to answer these questions. Now, I'm not going to answer them. It's not going to be me. It's going to be you. You are going to answer these questions. And this part of the session is very important because it's going to teach us, are we doing Dawah the right way? Are we doing it the wrong way? If we are, what way must we be doing Dawah? So I'm going to pick some of you to come up and we're going to have a discussion. I'm going to act as a non-Muslim and you're going to be a Muslim. And I want everybody to concentrate. No talking and faffing around and playing with paper. We're going to concentrate because we're going to learn from people's experience. Sah? Tico? Tika? Yes? Let me feel passion, man. Okay, good. Upstairs. This is an ice cream. So we use an ice cream. You don't lick it though, but because it only works if you're very close. Okay? What's your name? Masoom. Are you Masoom? Come close. So this is good. Yeah. Okay, good. So everyone listen to the scenario because we're going to learn a lot. Because when you learn from mistakes, you learn sometimes more than looking at how to do it the right way. Because it gives you the contrast of where we're going wrong. Okay. So what do you do as a living or eat today? Your own takeaway, yeah? So you have non-Muslims coming to your takeaway. Yeah. Do they ask you questions?
Not really, but now and then you do.
Okay, what kind of questions?
Mainly about Islam and why is it so violent.
Okay, good. Alright, can I have a chicken and chips, please?
Yeah, I'm not doing violent.
While you were there, I'd like to ask you a question. You look like one of those muzzies, right?
Yeah.
So, please, I want to ask you a question. And because you guys are always killing people in your lands and stuff, why don't you just be peaceful?
it's just overpower really. The people who at the top, they want the power. So really, you can't really class them as Muslims in Islam. We don't, we prohibit killing. So they're not really classed as Muslims.
You prohibit killing, but you know the Quran that you give out on Sundays.
Yeah.
I was reading it. There's a bit of killing there. So what book are you reading? I'm not reading the right book.
You are.
Because it says like things like kill them where you find them. I'm sure that doesn't talk about your policy for cockroaches or rodents.
It's in different situations, different scenarios.
Oh, so you can kill them?
You can kill in a scenario, but it has to be with a legit reason.
What are the legit reasons?
If they're threatening you, or if it's something against you, and your life is at risk, or your family's life is at risk, then in that sort of scenario, or if it's against Islam, then you may kill. But apart from that...
Oh, you mean so like someone swears against your prophet? Kill him?
I've not looked too much into it, but I'm sure...
You said if it's against Islam?
I'm sure that it would be allowed, yeah.
Yo, what, the freedom of speech?
Freedom of speech only goes as far as insulting me. If you insult me, then it's a different story.
No, but I may have a belief that insults you. For example, if I believe that your God is part of the devilish cult, and that's my belief, it might insult me, but it's my belief.
Then it would be much better for you to keep that belief to yourself and not come out with
Why don't you keep your beliefs to yourself? Yeah, my country, you Catholic. The end was a joke. Okay, good. See, think about the strategies, the things the brother was trying to do. Okay, good. Let's have you. Oh, just come.
No.
Why not?
I'm learning yet.
Yeah.
I'll get there one
Oh, so
day.
you think he was good, yeah? Come on.
No.
Bro, everyone stands up when I tell them to stand up. Trust me. This is how we learn, akhi. Wallahi, what you do would inspire everybody, wallahi. What's your name, bro? Shazad. Good to see you. What do you do?
Grocery store.
Grocery store, yeah? So you sell groceries? Yeah. You sure? That's okay. 1 second, let's switch this twist. Turn. Yeah. So, people come up to you, yeah? What kind of questions?
Not really.
Okay, imagine one of the old grannies, yeah? Typical working class old granny. You know her, she's come to your shop for years. He goes, "You're right, Shazad.
Okay.
Can you help me with that bag, please? I want like a kilo of apples, please. I'm making a nice apple crumble for my old John." You know, I've never asked you this question before. Why do you have this lovely beard?
Because our Prophet ﷺ rejected it and he recommended it, so whatever he did, it's good to be emulated.
So you got to copy your prophet?
As much as we can, sunnah is good.
That's called sunnah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. So, my John's got a beard. Does that mean he's following your prophet?
With the beard, yes. But that's it, nothing else.
Oh, you see?
It's not Muslim, no. It's not Muslim, no.
Okay. So if you have a beard, does it mean you're a good person?
No, you have to be a Muslim first.
Yeah, well, Osama bin Laden was a Muslim, he had a beard.
And was a good person?
I have to catch my train. I just hope there's no MI5 in this one. There probably is MI5 in this one, to be honest. Okay, that was good. Alright, let's get some sisters. Do you have a roaming mic?
You can use this one. This one you can give them.
Yeah, but I implied another one. Yeah? Alright, sisters, give it to the sister with the green pen. What's your name, sister? Amina, yeah? Okay, Amina. Amina, what do you do? A web editor? Oh, that's good. You do free work for that organization? Anyway, okay, so are you your own business or at work? Office? In an office, okay. So, non-Muslims come up to you ask you questions, right? What would they ask? Bring it a bit closer, I can't hear you.
Do you get hot because clothes on?
You get hot with those clothes on. Okay, let's ask another question. Let's say, Amina, thanks for doing that HTML release the other week. I want to ask you a question though. I mean, do you have hair? Because you're always covering your head. That's why I'm wondering, is it a religious thing or a cultural thing?
No, it's a religious thing.
It's a religious thing. So what religion are you? Are you Catholic?
No, I'm Muslim.
You're a Muslim?
Yeah.
Also, Muslim women have to cover their hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my girlfriend Fatima doesn't cover her hair. She's Muslim.
Well, not everyone follows all the rules of their religion.
Okay, so why do you think your religion says to cover your hair then?
To preserve modesty.
To preserve your modesty. Does that mean Fatima's not modest?
Not necessarily. It's
Does it mean all the women in this office they're not modest?
They might have some modest ideas, but it has to be displayed outside and inside.
Yeah, but surely if a woman's covering all her body, all she's doing is showing her hair, that's still modest to me. Don't you think it's a bit, maybe, a bit self-righteous to say that you're modest just because you cover your hair? So, motorcyclists, they cover their head. Does it mean they're modest?
Not necessarily.
Or Sikhs, they cover their hair. Does it mean they're modest? But it's only a piece of cloth. How can a piece of cloth mean that you're modest? It doesn't make sense to me. It's like your husband with his beard. He's, they think they're so pious, but in reality, even goats have beards. I mean, it makes no difference, does it?
Well, in Islam, you have the inside and the outside, like the practical and the spiritual aspect to all actions. So, by laying out certain areas that should be covered, you make it easy for everyone to follow the same way.
Well, it's not very easy because Fatima's, she's not covering. You're Muslim, covering your hair. The admin staff downstairs, she's covering her face. So you have all, it's not very easy, is it? Everyone's different all the time. Anyway, let's go get some lunch. See you later. Okay, good. Right, can you pass the mic to... There's a sister there with a panda-like hijab. She's writing stuff down. Ready? What's your name, sister? Hello?
I really don't want to do this.
Go home then. What are you here for? I mean, you're here for a reason.
But I don't want to answer the question.
You're not asking a question. I'm going to be asking the question.
Answering, not asking.
It's alright. You're doing so well so far, mashallah. What's your name?
Ghazala.
Ghazala, yeah. I heard her once. I'm just going to say it properly in my head first. Okay, Ghazala, what do you do?
I'm a teaching assistant.
You're a teaching assistant. Okay, so Islamic school or non-Islamic school? Okay, so you get questions, yeah? Okay. So do you get questions from teachers or kids or both?
I don't really get a lot of questions, but I did have one. But that was again when I started doing my job.
Okay, good. Okay, imagine I'm the headmaster. Hi Ghazala, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good,
It's a really, really nice sunny day. Do you want to come to my office and meet the other teaching assistants? We're having the breakfast today. And it's month of Ramadan, by the way, you're fasting. We're having the breakfast. You want to come and join us?
I'm fasting today.
You what?
Fasting.
What does that mean? Oh, you got some water. Have some water then.
No, I'm not allowed to drink then.
No drinking, no eating?
No.
Or for the whole day?
From dawn until dusk.
Okay. So that's what you Muslims do, right? You fast. Is this every month or?
During the whole month of Ramadan and any other times.
Well, I don't know how you guys do it. Do you think it's a bit, I mean, don't feel offended, but do you think it's a bit harsh, especially in the summer months, that you have to fast for like 18 hours?
No, not really. It's bit doing it for the sake of Allah and focus on your faith and how you're doing it for Allah's sake. And the reason we do it is to discipline ourselves and to feel how others feel. We don't have food or water to drink.
Okay. Is that why you've been wearing your hijab recently?
Yes.
Because I do notice you always wear the hijab like every 11 months or something. Like in the month of Ramadan. Is there any reason why you do that?
Why I wear my hijab?
Yeah.
I wear my hijab because it's a protection for me, so...
Yeah, but it's made of cloth. You're not much protected, are you? Maybe you should wear bicycle helmet if that's the case. No, I'm only kidding. I know what you're saying, but, you know, I mean, surely that doesn't make sense. You're an educated woman, you're a teacher, assistant, and, you know, how does a piece of cloth protect you? It doesn't make sense.
Well, your hair is seen as more than 50% of a woman's beauty.
Yeah, but I mean, no offense, Gazala. I saw your hair. It wasn't very nice. You know, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's like, I mean, come on. This just sounds like control, wishy-washy kind of stuff. I mean, you're not being very reasonable here, are you? Surely.
No, I'm not going to control anything. I'm doing because I have that faith in my Lord, because that's fine.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about faith. It has no evidence.
But I don't think
Anyway, come to the breakfast. You don't have to eat anything, but we're going to have a meeting. Okay, I'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye. Okay, pass my phone mic back, please. Okay, let's do one more. Just to get the point across. Let's see who pick.
This cable, do not hold it.
You. Your name is me? You Chinese? Up, yes. You speak in one syllables? Me, up. Inshallah. What's your name, bro? Fahad. What do you do? What do you study? Electrical installation. So do you have non-Muslim friends, right?
Yeah.
What do you do with him? What do you do to chill out?
Eat.
Eat and college, yeah? So what do you eat? Don't say food. Yeah, that's obvious. Where? You go to Chinese food, Asian food? Rule number 1, guys. Chip shop. Okay, good. So he's sitting with you and eating, and he's going to ask you a question, okay? Actually, forget him asking you a question. You want to tell him about Islam. So I'm just eating away, yeah?
So, have you heard about Islam?
Yeah, she was gorgeous, wasn't she?
Islam isn't a woman.
Oh, sorry. I'm Islam. Yeah, I do apologize. So you mean your religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been mixed for a long time. You've never spoken about religion before. Oh, is that you've been growing a beard lately?
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah, of course it's Islam.
Mama, it's cold.
Is that what you do though?
It's following the commandments of
Okay.
and following the commandments.
Well, I follow that. But to just be good to people and
But you need evidence to believe that what you follow is from God.
I do have evidence.
What's the evidence?
It's in the Bible.
Yeah, but that's not evidence.
What do you mean it's not evidence?
I can write on a piece of paper and say it's not God, that's not evidence.
Well, there's a new book on a piece of paper as well.
But it's been prophecies in the book have been fulfilled.
All prophecies.
things that have been
There's far more prophecies in the Bible than the prophecies of Jesus. The whole Old Testament points towards Jesus.
and he's coming.
And he was going to come, and he came.
I don't
You don't believe in Jesus? Well, there you go. You don't
know.
I don't believe him as God either. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. You know that?
So how do you see him?
He's a prophet. You believe he's a prophet?
Yeah.
Well, the same side then, isn't it? I like the way you matched your thumb with your shoes. It's amazing. No. That's Christianity, and you want to come with the biblical verses, and you want to challenge me? Go on then. Go on. What's your name, bro?
Abu,
Abu, yeah, what do you do?
I'm a student. Brass House.
What do you study?
Languages.
What language?
Arabic, Punjabi, Urdu.
Oh, Punjabi! You know, Punjabi is amazing, bro. When I was in Pakistan for a tour, and I was at my friend's house, and they've got a maid called Rubina. I used to call her Ribina. And she used to wake, his name was Adnan, yeah? Adnan Rashid, you may know him, mashallah. And she said, she used to wake us up, and she'd be like, oh, Adnan! Why does he sing the words all the time? It's so cute.
I speak English and Bengali.
Speak Bengali as well?
Yes.
Come on, so.
Balanche.
Bola you should have gone. Oh, rickshaw driver, and this I
I'm not a rickshaw driver.
That's all I know, bro. Okay, good. So you are non-Muslim, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'm your mate called John. I want to ask you a question.
Okay, John.
So John, so Abu, this morning, see you, mate. How's everything?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. You know, I was watching the Channel 4 the other day. There's a whole program about Muhammad, the Prophet.
Peace be upon you, yes.
Yeah, peace be with him, whatever, man.
Yeah.
And basically, they were saying that he didn't even exist.
No.
So there's no evidence.
Well, they did exist. I mean, thousands of people saw him. Well, the Arabs, they conversed with him, they spoke to
Yeah,
him.
but they're all Muslim, isn't it? So they say it's biased. It's like fabled. It's like a myth.
I mean, what do you mean they were all Muslims?
Because apparently, when this documentary, it's all over Channel 4. It's on YouTube.
Right.
Basically, what they were saying was, right, that the only evidence you have is in the Muslim literature. There's no literature outside of the Muslim literature that says that Muhammad existed. So people say it's biased, so maybe he didn't exist.
Well, it's on record that, I mean, even Western historians said that Western historians say it existed. I mean, one Western historian said
What's
that.
His name?
Well, hold on, mate.
You don't know his name. I'm gonna say that. You know, there's one Western historian, there's one Eastern historian. You can make things up, mate.
You know,
come on,
hold on. You know, you seem to be very aggressive. You know that. Is there a reason why?
I'm so sorry, man. It's because my dad's Punjabi.
I mean, you seem to be quite angry, an angry person. Why are you so angry?
You know, maybe we've known each other for a few years. Been passionate about learning and why. So sorry to offend you, mate.
No,
you know, my dad told me never to bring this up with Muslims because
No.
when you say something about them,
Hold on.
They kill everybody and they smash embassies and
Hold on,
you know.
but you're not giving me a chance to talk. I mean,
I am. Go for it.
You're just rambling on.
Go for it.
Hold on. Let me just go into it.
Go for it.
Well, it's on record, right, that Muhammad, peace be upon him, existed. Right. Well, in the Middle East, I forgot what century. You know, people saw him. He went and preached Islam. Thousands of people converted to Islam. Alhamdulillah, you know.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe. But
well, did Jesus say this?
Sorry?
He said, are you Christian?
No, no.
What do you believe in?
On a gnostic.
What's that?
An agnostic is someone who is open to everything, willing to learn. I don't really have any fixed beliefs because, you know, the nature of science and the nature of the mind is that you can change your ideas based on different evidence. I don't believe in dogma, you know. So I'm open to everything. If you want to show me some evidence, I'll do. It'll be fantastic.
I can borrow your book if you're, you know.
You can lend your book.
Lend your book. It's a book about Muhammad, written by Tariq Ramadan. It's the biography.
Yeah, you can do that.
Have you heard of Tariq Ramadan?
I have, yeah. He's that French guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's good. Anything else you want to give me, Abu?
No.
No?
Have a nice day.
You want to give me that?
I'll buy you the book first.
There you go. Very good. This is what happens when you're so desperate to come on stage, man. Alhamdulillah. No, there's a point for this, guys. And the point is, this whole scenario, which is realistic, by the way, I asked you what kind of questions you get, what kind of scenarios you have. And this just shows that our current perspective in doing dawah is absolutely false, wrong, ridiculous. Frankly, in my humble, limited opinion. And the reason I'm saying this is because who called people to Allah in the conversation? Not one of you called me to Allah Azza wa Jal. Not one of you called me to Islam. Not one of you called me to the Deen. Not one of you called me to Tawheed. Not one of you led the discussion. Not one of you had any objective. Not one of you had a dawah mindset. What happened was, and you can see the debrief here, that we fell into useless arguments. Some of us maybe even watered down the religion. One brother said, yeah, maybe we're the same. SubhanAllah, the Muslims are Jehovah's Witnesses. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I know you don't mean it, but in the time of pressure, look at what we said. Did we call to Allah? Do we even know what the discussion was about? So I don't think any of us here would be really satisfied with our answers. Because don't forget, we're not here to defend the deen. We're not here to do PR, public relations for Islam. We're not here to do media work. This context is to call that human being to Allah Azza wa Jal, to Tawheed. And none of us did that. And the reason being is because we fall for a wrong approach, which is we think we have to answer every single question. We have to answer every single question, and that approach is a failed, flawed approach. Because wallahi, no matter how clever you are, you will never answer all the questions. Never. Even if your surname is Nike. Honestly. So the reason the approach you were using fails is because we have an endless cycle of questioning. They give you one question, one answer, then another question, another answer. You can have an infinite number of questions, so you won't be going anywhere. The answers, and this is the most important point, and listen very carefully. Listen. The answers do not satisfy the questioner. Because our answers, brothers and sisters, our answers are dependent on what? Where do they come from? They come from the Quran and the Sunnah. Come from Tawheed. We're given the answer without where it's coming from. They will never appreciate it the way we appreciate it. You, bro, is it only Khalil? Sorry for bro, how you doing? Been this for ages, man. How's everything? I'm so good to hear, bro. Talk later. Wallahi, man, sir, I do apologize for embarrassing you, man. So, the answers do not satisfy the questioner. They do not satisfy the questioner. Let me give you an example. I'm wearing glasses at the moment, okay? And my glasses are tinted green. All of your glasses are tinted red. And we're looking at the wall or the sky. And I'm saying, look at this beautiful green sky. And you're saying, no, it's not, it's red. Don't be so silly. It's green. And you're saying, no, it's red. And I'm saying, it's green. You're saying, it's red. We have two different perspectives. In order for you to understand the sky is green, what do we have to do? Take off the glasses. Give him your glasses. And he will be able to see the world the way you see the world. And that is only by giving him the foundation, the filter, not the answer. There's no point saying the sky is green when you're the only one wearing green glasses. Does this make sense? Does that make sense? Akhawat, sisters, wake up. Are you awake? Good. There's no point saying the sky is green when you're the only one wearing green glasses. Give them your glasses. And this is why we've developed a different type of approach, okay? And this is called the go-wrap approach. The go-wrap approach. It stands for God's existence, His oneness, revelation and prophethood. Repeat after me. God's existence, oneness, revelation, and prophethood. Good. These are the stages that we just discussed. The whole approach, we start with an initiation stage, which is the most important stage, and this initiation brings people directly to the foundations of Islam, regardless of what questions they've asked you. If they ask you about stoning, if they ask you about beating, if they ask you about jihad, if they ask you about beard, if they ask you about hijab, if they ask you about anything, this initiation stage is the filter that brings them straight to the foundation. And you're gonna see how it works. It's an amazing process. And this is the logic. It's very simple logic. God is all-knowing and all-wise. Human beings are not. Human beings are not. Therefore, it's only rational that human beings should submit to God. All you have to prove is that God exists, He's one, and that His revelation is true. Does this make sense? Good. Now the benefits of this approach is the following. One answer to most questions. It calls to Tawheed, the essence of Islam first, establishes a firm foundation, is reason and logical, avoids arguments in difficult situations, and explains the essence of Islam. Now the way to use this effectively is make it your own. I don't want you thinking you have to copy me word for word like many people do, like Zakir. Put your hands here, wear a white hat, red tie, chapter 2, verse 23. You don't have to do that. Be yourself. Be yourself. Human beings have a hidden radar. They know when someone's being disingenuous. Be yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. Internalize this. Understand the concept, not the wording. I don't want you to copy me word for word. I just want you to understand the framework. Okay? And it could be used in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 10 days, 10 weeks. It doesn't have to be all in one go. So, after the break, what we're going to do is start with initiation. And this is the most important part. It is a profound experience. You'll be empowered. Shimon's here. You were here yesterday. Tell the sisters how powerful initiation is during the break, yeah? Obviously. It's such a powerful experience that any question comes, even if you don't know the answer, you could really, in a very beautiful, warm, loving way with akhlaq, direct them straight away to Tawheed. So have a good break, and I'll see you in how many minutes, Chef?
In 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Announcements. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. There's teas at the back and bits and pieces. So, sisters over there, by the way. Brothers over there. Okay? Assalamu alaikum. See you in 15 minutes. Assalamu alaikum.